Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch Hype Train for 0.8.5 Day 3. And yes, this is my first time, video 801, wearing a suit and tie. I had a reason to be wearing this earlier in the day, and then I saw this news drop and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna change. So I'm just gonna rock it for this video. Now, what we found out today is one of the new dungeons. We now know the lore behind it, we know the unique mechanic, and we know the reward. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, before I begin, I'm hoping today is the day. I got my hat on, I got my suit on. I'm hoping today is the day I've earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it and helps push the channel forward in 2022. On top of that, I've officially started a Patreon. Thank you to the first 31 people that have signed up. Get Patreon exclusive content there and become an instant ARPG VIP. First link in the description. All right. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go right now. I'm on the official Last Epoch website under news, new dungeon, Soulfire Bastion. And again, I know I sound very nasally. I do feel better, but you know, it's a process to get fully healed. Now, I am not going to read the lore behind this new dungeon. I will link it in the description. I don't need to read you a whole book, okay? The lore, they did a really good job setting up the new dungeon, so I recommend you read it. We're going to talk about in this video the unique mechanic and what the reward really is. So we're going to scroll down, and here we go. Unique mechanic, Soulfire Shield, and Soul Embers. And both of these are extremely important, okay? In Soulfire Bastion, you will find yourself within the conflux of the Immortal Empire's vile necrotic energies and Solarium's searing fire elements. Any normal adventurer would find themselves quickly torn apart by these energies. However, in Soulfire Bastion, you will be granted a new ability courtesy of the Imperial agent Grin to help you survive. Of course, being Grin, the knowledge he shares may have been obtained somewhat recently and perhaps without the owner's knowledge. So here is your shield. And the way it works is this shield will protect you from any big damage, from any damage whatsoever, regardless of how much damage it is, from fire and necrotic, but you're going to have to pick which one it pops up as. So if you use the shield as fire and then you get hit with necrotic, you might be dead. Using the Fire Lich's own research against him, you will have at your disposal the Soulfire Shield. The results of the Fire Lich's research is great, and the Soulfire Shield is impenetrable to the element it is deflecting, no matter the magnitude. This power comes at a cost, however. It must be fed additional Soul Embers in order to change attunements between fire and necrotic. As you face the alternating elements within the dungeon, both from the environment and from enemies within, you will need to decide when the cost must be paid and feed more Soul Embers into the shield to protect yourself. Now, as you play through the dungeon, you are going to gather Soul Embers by destroying structures. You will use those Soul Embers to change the shield from necrotic to fire. But on top of that, you don't want to waste all of them. Let's continue. While progressing through Soulfire Bastion, you will gain Soul Embers by destroying various constructs of the Fire Lich. With more powerful enemies granting additional Soul Embers, use your Soul Embers to continue fueling your Soulfire Shield. But don't spend them carelessly. These Embers are highly valuable resource to the right buyer. So that's what I'm saying. The Soul Embers that you are gathering later on at the end, if you win the fight, you will be able to trade to the Soul Gambler. Oh, I see. So this is the actual boss, the Fire Lich Cremoris. Ooh. And basically they took the art, it kind of looks like they repurposed the art for the new Wraith, and just instead of it being necrotic, they made it fire. Right? Kind of looks the same to me. I mean, it looks really good. I like it. All right. I'm not going to read the lore on it. Basically, he doesn't want to lose his power, and you have to fight him. It's going to be a tough fight. Now, this is a little preview. Okay, and you can see on here the shield switching from fire to necrotic. You see that? Necrotic, and switches to fire. And every single time you do that, you are going to spend a Soul Ember. I don't know how many you're going to spend. Okay, so you go through it, you gather all your Soul Embers, you fight the Lich, you kill the Lich, and then you come up to the Soul Gambler, all right? Should you find yourself having defeated the Fire Lich Cremoris and pockets heavy with Soul Embers, you'll have the opportunity to speak to one of the parties interested in helping you lighten the load. The Soul Gambler will trade these items for Soul Embers you've acquired by slaying enemies in the dungeon. He's willing to trade and trade fairly. Though still an Imperial at heart, he's not willing to tell you exactly what you're buying. With the Soul Gambler, you'll have the ability to trade for a specific item type, such as a helmet or shield, with the possibility of it being any subtype. Okay. Right off the bat, that says any subtype. So does that mean that you can get boss-only uniques from the Soul Gambler? However, these items are much more powerful than those any regular gambler would offer, with chances of being items no other gambler would dare to offer. As he's located within enemy lines, he doesn't have any backroom stores to change stocks while you browse, and you only have at your disposal the Soul Embers from your recent conquest, so choose wisely. So at the end there, they basically say, you just can't keep all your Soul Embers, you have to use them. And then on here, it shows one example. Clicks on a ring. That ring becomes Ring of the Third Eye. So I'm guessing you can click between this. This is just the accessories portion. Then up here, it says, I'm guessing how many you have. It says 620. Yeah, you have 680. Spends 60 and gets a ring. So if he really had, I mean, did he get almost 700 through one run? I don't know. But that is the third dungeon. Fire. And now we know the mechanic. The Fire and Necrotic Shield. My question for this video. Okay. Do you like the reward from the Soul Gambler? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my Patreon is my #1 way to stay full-time. First link in the description, become an Action RPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to join the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're approaching 1,500 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is also in the description with over 20 build guides. I hope you all enjoyed Hype Day, Day 3. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.